Oh, hello there. This is episode 5 of Telltale Game of The Wolf Among Us by Telltale Games. It's your host Richie from Team RPG. I went through it and I kinda screwed up a little bit. By that I mean game crash. And lost the footage. So I'm gonna have to play it again. Happy days, happy days. So let's just get this on the road. Rewind. Let's start again. I'll make the same choices, I swear. But there is one change I'd like to make. Alright, let's start.
I mean, your eyes and the teeth. You're not really supposed to do that, are you?
Not if I can avoid it.
Faith, the first victim. Well, not necessarily the first victim, but the first one. First death.
No.
Holly's sister, Lily.
Thing is, I don't understand why it was
give a
delivered to
shit
me
about us, the strays.
on my doorstep.
That's why you can't tell me anything. It's the ribbon, isn't it?
We're destroying the tree. No!
We're not burning the tree, Snow.
Hey, you're not really gonna send me to the farm, are you?
I don't know. Snow will come around. She's just... the crane thing hit her hard, and she doesn't really know who her friends are right now.
Bloody Mary.
Oh God, Bigby!
This time was no joke. Eat as many metal shellings as you see fit, but take just one more silver round near your heart, and the only place I'll be visiting you is the morgue.
Bigby, wait. When you get the Crooked Man, make sure you bring him back alive.
No
he has to stand
promises.
trial.
Why don't you have a seat, Sheriff? We have a great deal to discuss.
Ah yes, the intro. I think I'm gonna miss this intro after I finish this game. If you guys haven't played this game yet, I would highly recommend that you play it. Even if you're gonna make the same choices. It's just something different about it when you actually play it for yourself. Episode 5, Cry Wolf.
You've come a long way.
Okay, but
You must be tired. And if my envoys are correct, you haven't had a
put
lot
that
of rest.
gun away,
recently.
boy. Lest I rip the other horn from your, well, antler
Please, Sheriff.
from your head.
Relax for a moment, will you? Do you want a drink? Something to eat? Vivian makes a very nice, it's elegant. Really, a carpaccio. It's lobster. Sirloin.
I'm actually here for one
Well,
reason.
Gramercy me. Take a seat at the very least.
I'm here for one reason, and it's not to eat your fucking food.
Really?
You blood food.
Yeah.
What do you think you're doing?
He's gonna...
Mr. Wolf is our guest, and I have every intention of cooperating. So don't waste the silver. Sit down, Jersey. Well, Sheriff, for the sake of transparency, why don't you tell us why you're here? It would help settle everyone's nerves, I think.
Pretty sure you're destroying this town. It's
You're
not just about
destroying
me.
this town. You've been doing it for ages.
Not about the
Destroying
girls.
this town?
But
What on
every...
earth do you mean?
What the hell do you think I mean? Slavery? Kidnapping? Extortion? Murder? What would you call the wholesale corruption of Fabletown?
I would call it the baseless accusation of a desperate sheriff. How are you certain this isn't some conspiracy against me? I'm a well-connected man. Well-moneyed. People do like to take
You're
their
behind the
shots.
conspiracy. It's all you.
You're right that there's a conspiracy, but you're the one behind it.
I have no need for treachery, Bigby. I do everything right out in the open.
Bullshit.
But I can understand the confusion, and I'm truly sorry about the trouble all this has caused you. And I hope you believe me when I say, Sheriff, that I sincerely mean to make it up to you. The recent murders that have gotten such attention as of late, I don't relish telling you that they were perpetrated by an employee of mine.
Yeah, but you
It's a very unfortunate bit
gave
of
the
business,
order.
but I promise you that the matter will be dealt with internally. I just want to settle the issue for you, and to assure you that it's over with. You really don't need to worry yourself further.
Who did it?
An unfortunate bit of business. You're gonna tell me right now who killed him.
Sheriff, I have complete respect for you and your job. I hope you know that. But I simply can't divulge that information.
Why not?
You really shouldn't worry yourself. As I said, I've got this under control.
No, I'm gonna deal with it right now.
Yeah, right. What do you think this is? Some kind of negotiation?
Yes, it is. But
The
I'm
man
law
said
here.
he'd take care of it. So why don't you take the hint and get out?
Tweedledee, please.
I'm the law here, not you. Now tell me who did it.
You think I'm scared of you? You're nothing more
That's
than a...
enough! I was hoping it wouldn't come to this, but in the interest of preserving our alliance, if you have to know, it was Georgie. However, like I said, I'll be handling the matter if you don't mind.
Georgie.
You got what you wanted, so just...
These his girls.
Down. Now.
Yeah, I killed him, so what?
Arrogance on him.
You should have just kept your nose where it fucking belonged.
Why'd you do it?
Georgie,
Why'd you do it,
Why'd
boy?
you do it? Why kill them?
Does it matter?
Look, the fact is, George here misinterpreted one of my instructions.
Misinterpreted?
And I want to make things right. So, let's work something out.
What's there to work out? I'm protected, aren't I?
Your protection has limits, and I think you've far exceeded yours. But you could murder someone in cold blood like that.
You fucking asked me to do this.
And then
you told me
attempt
to
to
kill
blame
him.
me for it. You will be silent while we discuss what to do with you.
This is right bollocks, this. You're just gonna let him do this?
No, turning on each other.
So what do you say, Sheriff? Can we discuss terms? You can have Georgie.
Terms.
Consider it a gift, ensuring our continued cooperation.
Fuck you,
What
I'll
the
take you
hell?
both.
Take this fucker. Take all of them. I didn't fucking
Don't
start
make
this.
any trouble, Georgie.
Are you seriously throwing me under the fucking carriage after everything I've done for you?
I think I'll be taking both of you.
You're not taking me, you fucking ponce. What the fuck is this shit? You said you'd cover for us.
For minor infractions, not murder.
Just go with him, Georgie. You're gonna sink us all.
What's wrong with you people? You're really gonna sell him out just like
You
that?
think I give a fuck if I'm the one? Who the shit do you think you fuckers are?
Get the fuck out of here.
I do apologize, Sheriff, but I think it's best if you leave now.
There's no way I'm going with him. Are you kidding me?
Things are about to get unpleasant, and I would rather you weren't here to watch.
No, I'm gonna
You
stay
can go
right
join that
here.
hole at the bottom of the lake for all I give a shit. But he's not taking me anywhere. I'll roll
You
over
son
on the
of a
lot of you
bitch.
before I let that shit happen.
What are you saying?
Yeah, what the fuck? You're gonna make sure we all go down this shitter with you?
I'll
I
just make
told
sure
you.
they talk. I'll just stay silent. Give him the look.
This could have gone so well. To speak the truth, I've never been a very good mediator. Why negotiate when you can just decide?
Oh no, Bloody Mary. Doesn't look like she has a gun now. So let's call this a fair fight, eh?
Did I miss anything good? Well, look at you, all fixed up.
Now they're all on the same side. Thought they turned against each other. Get this guy. I just don't like your face, devil.
Take this!
Jersey.
You're done, Wolf.
Come on, we're pretty much done here.
Take this.
I'd like to say it was nice knowing you,
Mash.
but I'll be glad
Mash
to see
guy.
your insides turned out.
No. Oh, damn. Disemboweled him.
This way.
Go in here. Get off me. Just make sure he doesn't stand up. That's right. Now let's go after the culprits. Technically I should take them all in, since they're all involved.
Oh, shit.
I know.
You ain't getting away. Mash. Chase scene is out in the open as it will. It's gonna cause some problems. This really would cause some problems for Fabletown. I need some special spells here to wipe the town's complete memory of Fabletown. Well, that there's a freaking werewolf running around. There it is. What happened? You didn't know I just chose that car because I wanted to see what would happen? Because I did choose, well, Georgie's car. First time around. I just want to see what would happen if I chose the other one. Nothing really changed, except I got knocked out. They didn't kill me.
Holy shit.
That's a bit strange now, isn't it? Why didn't they kill me? Does he still want to use me? Now let's go check on Georgie. Hopefully he's not dead yet.
Fuck, no.
You revealed to me the secrets.
No. What am I gonna do now, Vivian? What the fuck do you expect me to do? Oh! Shit.
Just listen.
Oh, this is it for me. You know that. Nothing left. Fuck off. No way I'm walking out of here. Everything just got so fucked. What were we supposed to do? It's all over now anyway. No point.
What happened to her? She dead already? She is dead.
You're too late, Bigby. She's dead.
What happened?
What the fuck happened, Georgie?
What's it look like? I'm really not in the mood, Bigby. So why don't you just fuck off?
Start talking, Georgie!
Oh, you think that'll help? I told you I don't want to fucking talk. Especially not with a piece of shit like you. So just leave me the fuck alone.
Tell me why she did
Fucking
this.
tell me why you did this!
I didn't do shit to her. She killed herself. She did it. Just pulled her ribbon off, right there. Didn't fucking matter what I said. She always did what she wanted. She just... right in front of me.
You wanna tell me
How
why?
could she do this to me?
Why the hell would she do that?
She said she'd had enough. She couldn't live with what she'd done. She's the original Bigby. The girl with the ribbon. Couldn't take it off. Couldn't talk about it. We used hers to make the rest. It started as part of the gimmick, right? Discretion is our guarantee. You know, she came up with that. It was her idea. Whoever thought it would end this way? Fuck.
What are you talking about?
It was her idea. What do you mean? Why would she want to
She
be involved
enslaved
in
all of
this?
them?
It all starts the same way for all of us. We come here to escape, but all we find is even more shit. What were we supposed to do? We needed a way to make a living. Figured this was as good as any. But then everything went to shit. This was just the final fucking straw. She felt responsible for Faith and Lily. What her ribbons did to them. Said she'd rather die on her own terms. For something good. Or at least something close to it. So she ended it. Oh, it didn't matter if that left me to deal with this fucking mess. We promised we'd look out for each other. So what the fuck is this? Just leaving me here?
You don't get my sympathy. You still killed those women.
I don't feel sorry for you, Georgie.
Of course you don't. Look, I know you think it's my fault. That I killed him for some twisted pleasure of mine. But I did what I had to. You don't always get a choice. Sometimes you just have to do what you're told. And then it comes back to bite you in the ass because some good-for-nothing crooked bastard decides you're not worth shit anymore.
You didn't have to do anything.
Like hell I did. Some of the girls decided to pull a runner on us.
Faith and
And
Lily.
the crooked man didn't want to get his fucking hands dirty. So he told me to take care of it. You think I don't know what that means? Either I do what he says, or I'm the one getting dealt with. I had to do it. The crooked man gave the order. He told me to kill those girls. And then he fucking sold me out.
You should have let them go.
None of this would have happened if it wasn't for that bastard. It's his fucking fault. All of it.
You're still the one who pulled the trigger. Nobody held your hand and made you go through with it.
Fine. Believe what you want. I can tell you've made up your mind. Doesn't matter if it's fucking true or not. Oh, fuck!
Get up. Get up!
Don't think so, Bigby.
It's just a few guts spilling out.
I'm gonna die
So
here.
good.
I think we both know that. Just make sure you give the crooked man the same treatment when you find him. Really fuck him up for me, alright? For both of us.
Why do you care?
You know the bastard deserves it. Make a promise to a dying man. Give him hell.
Why do you care? Shouldn't you be more worried about yourself here?
Just wanted a nice image to part on. Old foundry by the river, all right? Shepherd Metalworks. He'll be there. Fucking asshole. You want to finish me off now? Or do you plan to kick me around a little first? Rip my limbs off one by one? That's what you want to do, right? Well, whatever it is, just get it over with.
That's
I'm not sticking
who I
around
am.
for much longer.
That's not who I am.
Prove it then. No more games, all right? We both know how this ends. Just make it quick. I know what I did.
You know what? He doesn't deserve a slow
Let's not
death.
draw this out.
Let's just kill him.
All right, Georgie.
Let's end his misery. Wait, what?
What? You're just gonna leave me here?
Now I won't be a killer. I guess I missed my chance.
I won't be a killer, Georgie.
You selfish bastard. Fuck you! Piece of shit.
Technically it's my fault, because I kind of disemboweled him. But he came at me with the knife. I'm just leaving two dead bodies, scene with two dead bodies. And I have my prints all over it. Oh dear. Well, I don't think they have my prints on the database, so. Now is time to worry about the police. Is the limousine alright? It's one I landed on.
Still warm. He's here, all right.
Alright. They check the bonnet, placing their hand on it. Maybe one of these doors appeared and he just went through. We can just do that, right? Gonna break the handle. Oh. Just worked. Alright, from this point on it's all new. Alright. The other time with Georgie I actually picked him first and I talked to Vivian. But this time I picked the crooked man because I wanted to see what would happen. Obviously I made a poor choice. Examine packages.
So this is where they've been sending these.
Yeah, whatever they are. We're not gonna check. It's no point. Simply can't find the person who did it and ask him directly. That turned on the machinery as I opened the door. Who would hook up a door to turning on an entire factory?
Bigby Wolf. The big bad wolf.
Where is she?
You used to be something.
Not anymore. I'm a changed man. This my photo of me and Snow. This the photo of the girls. Holly, Faith, Nerissa, and Faith. What the hell are they doing there? Is that Faith? Where was that? I'm not sure. This when I came out of the pawn shop. The hell's been tailing me?
They used to fear you.
Look at the thing.
They'd hide anywhere their small shivering bodies would fit.
Why would it keep something like this here? Unless it's to inspire fear. Right, get in. Come on. You can do it. Workbench. We're gonna craft something. Silver bullets.
Silver.
You've been making silver bullets here. Is it just to deal with him?
It's about time you showed up.
I had to take care of some things first.
Little errand boy. That's nice.
Ah, Bigby. I see you made it here in one piece. I do apologize, but I have some business to attend to.
Yeah, right.
I leave you in
come
the
with
capable
me.
hands of my associate. Come find me when you've finished, dear.
Don't worry. This won't take long.
Get out of my way now. Don't make this worse.
Aww,
You don't have to ask
he doesn't
me.
want to play.
I'm sure you'll persuade him.
Cut the shit.
Cut this shit out!
Didn't your mother ever teach you manners? Or was she too busy fucking whatever breeze drifted through town? This is just sad.
Oh, damn it, I'm missing. Caught me off guard at that point. But you saw it here first. She attacked me first. Does she have a bunch of mirrors everywhere? Yeah. Pretty sure she went through a mirror, so let's go here. It's closer as well. She must have a mirror around. That's how she gets around places. Alright, let's move. Now is this supposed to be horror game? Oh, god damn, that was quick. I'll be ready for it next time. It's my days playing freaking Last Remnant, man.
Where are you? Come out and face me!
Oh my god. It is a horror. Get off me! Oh. She's quick. Mash! She's the toughest I've had to fight yet. And for good reason. Maybe it will be easy now that I'm transformed. Nothing to hold back. Clones. This one. Smash! 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 But well, at least she's not using silver bullets. Fighting. Anger! Anger! Turn into the Hulk! Turn into the big bad wolf. This is my true form. That was the right one. He ran away. Break it. Snap it up. That was a decoy. Are they all running? All coming in. It's time to help! It's time to kill. Ah, huff and puff. It's time to blow. That's the real one. God. This one crazy bitch. Was that the real one? I'm glad my clothes are still here. Just kinda killed her. My bare teeth. She should have used a bullet. Maybe he has a bullet. Look at his hand.
Hello, Bigby. You look tired.
Give me one good reason not to rip you apart right now.
It's because I've got a gun.
I won't miss next time. Before you do anything with me, I thought I should point out a few things. Snow White wants you to bring me back to the woodlands, doesn't she? And that's what I want. You plan to do what she says. Don't be so sure.
You sure about that?
Yes, I'm quite sure. You will bring me back alive.
So what? You'll reason you well out?
Is the chance to speak for myself in front of the community. And I'm sure Miss White agrees that I should be given a fair trial. Can we at least agree on that? I will have a trial. Are we clear?
Tell me now.
You need to tell me right now. We're not going anywhere until I get some answers from you.
If you want answers, you're going to have to cooperate with me. Look, there's no reason for us to be at each other's throats here.
That's funny, coming from a guy pointing a gun at my head.
This is just a precaution. I'm sure you understand. I'm no murderer, Mr. Wolf. I didn't kill those women.
But you got other people
to know that. All I'm asking for is a chance to explain my side of the story.
Then what are you?
If you're not a killer, Then what are you?
I'm a businessman,
Manipulator.
not a killer.
There's still a lot you have to answer for.
And I will, as long as you agree to my terms. Because I'm not saying another word until I'm brought before the community. I don't mean to belabor the point, but just so we're clear, if you change your mind and decide to do something stupid, you won't get your answers. But you will have a difficult time explaining yourself to Miss White and the rest of this miserable town.
Keeps backing away.
You're often reckless, and I worry you're not thinking of the... Let me ask you an honest question. What do you really care about here? Where this case is concerned, I mean. Do you really want the
justice.
truth? Or do you just want to look like the hero?
Justice!
Because those are two very different things.
This is about justice. I'm the sheriff. I have to do what's right. 2 people were murdered.
And you know who did it.
But you were the one that ordered it.
Georgie. He's dead, isn't he? My point being, the killer has been dealt with. You've won.
You really think I'm that stupid?
I understand you have an obligation to bring me in, but you can brighten up a little. It's over. So, shall we get going? I'd rather not dawdle. You know, I'm actually looking forward to seeing Miss White again. My previous interactions with her have gone well.
All right, let's go. Hand over the gun.
I think I'd rather hold on to it, if you don't mind. What do you say?
No, giving me the gun.
I'm sure Miss White will be pleased. Such a reliable pup. I understand why she'd want to keep you around.
It's the first time I actually hit someone.
You're under arrest.
That crooked.
You'll be given a trial in front of your peers. And your punishment will follow.
Did you get to throw him down the witching well? Oh boy.
I know. But we have to do something.
Are you fucking kidding me?
When is this thing happening?
Are we sure he's coming?
Yes, you'll have an opportunity to... He's back.
The Crooked Man.
Thank God.
That's right.
Motherfucker.
I got him.
Are you okay? It's been hours. We were worried you'd run into some trouble.
He didn't make it
At
easy.
the Crooked Man's place. And after what happened with Mary...
Well, he didn't make it easy.
What happened?
It doesn't matter. He's here. We got him.
We can talk about it later. You did well, Sheriff. I'm surprised. Not that you did well, but that, you know...
That I lived?
I'm just glad you made it back in one piece.
Ah. It's a sweet
It's about time you showed up. Now throw this asshole down the fucking well.
Yes, what are you waiting for?
You killed Lily!
She was my sister.
Could
What do you have to say for
Where
yourself?
the fuck do you get
Those
off?
poor
You
girls.
think you have the right
And
to
what
just
about
do this
Faith?
to
What could
people?
they have
You're a
done to
fucking
deserve
crook!
This. You should be ashamed.
Shithole.
Everyone?
Is
Can
it
I
really
have
being
your
judged?
attention? Thank you all for coming here on such short notice. I know normally we'd schedule a formal hearing, but
But he didn't
considering
kill
the
me.
circumstances, I thought it best if we do this as soon as possible. The
think it's
Crooked Man is
what's
charged
caused.
with the murder
As
of
I
Faith and...
already informed your sheriff, it was Mr. Georgie Porgy who killed those women, not me.
What? It was Georgie?
Georgie?
I don't mean to interrupt you, Miss White.
You
but
gave
I
the
thought
order.
It would be unwise to proceed with such faulty information.
Bigby, is that true?
Well, is it? Georgie may have killed them, but you made the call.
Do I have to explain the situation to you again?
Wait a minute. So you're saying Georgie's the motherfucker who killed my sister? Well,
Yes.
where is he?
Yeah, you're gonna bring that shithead in too, aren't you?
Yes, Sheriff. Where is that rotten scoundrel now?
Is he still out there?
Sincerely hope not.
Well, where is he?
Sheriff?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. It's done.
Justice has already been dispatched. Bigby executed him.
He's... what?
I didn't execute him.
So you see, the culprit has been punished. There's no
That
need
doesn't
for
change
this.
anything. We'll deal with it later, but right now, you're the one I'm concerned with.
You called the shots. Georgie made that perfectly clear.
In which case, you still have a lot to answer for.
I
And
was
I
told
don't...
I would be allowed to speak.
We have to read the rest of the charges.
What other charges?
If you'd wait a moment.
I'm well aware of my rights, Miss White. Unless you plan to abandon
Alright, go
the
ahead.
charter entirely.
See what you have to say.
Go right ahead.
Wait, that's not how this works. After the rest of your crimes are read through, then you will have an opportunity to defend yourself, but only then.
If you insist.
Sure, just don't make this too long.
You are charged with the murder of Faith and Lily, which Georgie carried out on your order, inciting violence against various members of the Fabletown community, including the attempted murder of Sheriff Bigby Wolf.
Twice.
A misunderstanding.
Aiding and
Right.
providing monetary support for the forced prostitution at the Pudding and Pie. Additionally, you are charged with multiple counts of fraud, extortion, racketeering, and the illegal possession and sale of magical artifacts.
And kidnapping Crane at gunpoint.
He went willingly.
Yes, thank you. Now, is there anything you would like to say?
First of all, I had nothing to do with Faith and Lily, so you can strike that one from your little record book.
Bullshit!
Like hell you didn't.
Stop the charade. We know you're involved.
Come on, it's obvious.
And there's all the other
Let him
crap he's
speak.
done.
Everyone just shut up for a minute. You wanted a chance to talk? Well, go ahead.
What?
We all know he's guilty. What the fuck does he need to speak for?
So
The
he'll
Crooked
know
Man
he's
has
guilty.
committed crimes against this government, and most importantly, its citizens. These charges, if proven, are enough to justify death, upon which your body will be committed to the witching
Where it
well.
fucking belongs.
That's
So
right.
let's get
But
on
we
with it
promised
then.
you a chance to defend yourself, and I won't rob you of that right.
What the
You're
fuck?
really going
This
to
is
let him
about
talk?
justice. If we're ever going to pull ourselves together and make something of this town, we have to start doing things correctly. No more snap judgments, no more secrets. We're going to treat everyone fairly, even when they don't deserve it.
This is ridiculous.
You have the floor.
Thank you, Miss White. You've all met Georgie. I don't have to tell you what kind of person he was. He was a total scoundrel, lacking in any sort of moral fiber. I hired him as a favor to his family, you see. A promise kept to a dying mother.
Oh,
Are you gonna
jeez.
get to your
Let's
point
see.
or what?
Georgie was working for me, yes. But he was not acting on my behalf when he killed those women. It was his business. And for whatever reason, I'm sure only he could understand, he murdered 2 of his most faithful employees. I had nothing to do with it.
Tell the fucking truth for
Georgie's
once.
always been a bit of
That's
a
not what
predator.
Georgie said.
It was only a matter of time before something like this happened.
Georgie seemed pretty convinced he didn't have a say in the matter.
He clearly misunderstood my intention.
Really?
I would never authorize such an act.
Any of you actually believe this bullshit?
Holly, please.
Tell them, Bigby. When you finally showed up at my door last night, wasn't I more than helpful? I answered your questions. I was willing to cooperate.
What's he talking about?
I was attacked.
Yeah, and your
I
goons
clearly knew
attacked
that.
me. Did you forget that part?
They get a bit carried away sometimes, it's true. Loyal to the end. They do it because they want to protect me, as I've protected them. You understand wanting to protect what you care about, don't you? You'd do anything. You might even give up an innocent man, just to save someone.
They didn't want to protect
What's he
you.
talking about?
Yeah, right. They don't do it because they want to protect you.
They want to protect
You
themselves.
intimidate people. Use scare tactics. They're afraid if they don't follow orders, they'll end up dead.
Let me explain this to you. My employees are just that, hired help. I see some of them are here among you. They are not my slaves. They are all free to make their own decisions, as Georgie was.
What about Lily? She wasn't free. She wasn't given a choice. Do you really think she wanted... that any of those girls wanted their lives like that?
I'm sorry, Holly. I'm sorry that your sister asked me for help, and I'm sorry that I decided against my better judgment to give her a distasteful job.
Right, and you kept them in debt so they couldn't leave.
Yeah. That's what you did to us. How you kept us all
You
in
forget
line.
it was not me who put you in that position. You all act like I'm some kind of tyrant. When your government abandoned you, left you poor and helpless, sniveling on street corners, I was there to look out for you.
Yes, but...
Wasn't I?
We didn't abandon anybody.
We didn't abandon anyone. We've been trying to help them.
Really?
We're broke as
What
hell.
about Auntie Greenleaf? Her story is not uncommon. She left everything she had back in the homelands. Everything that matters, anyway.
Except for that tree.
With nowhere else to turn, she came to me for help. And what did I do for you?
You got my tree back.
I got her tree back. And in turn, we used her magic to help poor Fables get glamours. Because I helped her, she was able to make a living, provide for herself. And what did they do?
She wanted my tree destroyed, but Bigby refused.
What?
You were gonna burn her tree? Snow, why would you want that?
Is that true?
Snow?
Snow isn't to blame.
Don't blame Snow. She had her reasons. Greenleaf was using her magic to help Crane and the Crooked Man. That's why Snow wanted your tree burned.
That's not why.
It wasn't her fault.
You can lie to yourself, but you can't lie to me. You hated Crane, and you hated him for wanting to fuck you, and you being too soft to notice what he'd do to get it. It had nothing to do with the Crooked Man.
We've made some mistakes. I've made some mistakes. But believe me, I truly want what's best for this town. And that may not always be clear right away. But I want you all to know that I care deeply about all of you. And so does the sheriff.
Yeah, right.
I can't promise you perfection. No one can. But I can promise to always have your best interests at
Trying to
heart.
protect you.
Like you did with her?
Maybe you haven't noticed, but we've been doing all this to protect you. We're trying to stop people like him.
The Crooked Man's been exploiting you. Exploiting your hope for a better life. You would go to him for help, and he would take that weakness and add it to his strength.
Never cared about any of you.
And
He
if
doesn't
things
care
didn't
about this
fall
town.
exactly his way, someone would die.
Do you really think the Crooked Man cared about you? He just cared about your money. He cares about your obedience.
They're right.
You're all still afraid of him, even now. But you needn't be. His contamination of this town is over.
They're on our side.
And those girls will have their justice.
Auntie Greenleaf even came over to our side. Oh, I didn't notice the butcher came to our side.
Very good, very good. The sentiment is surely appreciated, Miss White. But it doesn't disguise the fact that these accusations are completely unfounded. The sheriff simply doesn't have a particle of evidence linking me to the
Georgie was working for you. Bigby got a confession.
A confession that nobody heard. Now, I'm no barrister, but I think such a statement would carry more weight if Bigby weren't the only one to whom Georgie spoke. Especially given Bigby's history.
Come here, Narissa.
What are you talking about?
Snow?
You can't talk your way out of this.
So, are we done?
You won't be able to talk your way out of this, Crooked Man.
What do you mean there's no evidence?
Maybe he's... I mean, this doesn't feel right, how we're doing this. I just
Of
need...
course it's right. This man tormented all of you, for profit. Georgie
Let me
killed
just
them.
make sure I understand you. You're trying to say that I'm responsible for what Georgie did, because he was working for me at the time, yes?
Yes.
Still on about this?
Of course.
Where are you going with this?
Where are you going with this?
If I'm to blame for George's mistakes, shouldn't Miss White be held accountable for Bigby's actions as well?
Like what?
How about the way he treated the poor woodsman when he was in your custody? He was beaten to mashed apples while under your watch.
Under my watch.
Maybe he's right.
Did you think we'd all just let that go?
You can't be serious.
That was different.
What?
Snow
You think
wasn't
he shouldn't
involved.
be held
And plus, I
accountable?
did not even
Snow had
hit
nothing to do with it. We all thought she was dead.
Woodsman.
Besides, Crane was still deputy mayor when that happened. Right before you decided to kidnap him.
It was for his own protection. Oh, you're right, dear. Crane was in charge. Sometimes it's hard to tell the difference.
That's enough.
So,
You won't answer for your employees' behavior, but I must perish for
This
mine.
is completely different.
I
We all...
did not order those 2 girls dead. It simply never happened. Georgie killed Faith and Lily. End of story.
Well,
they
yeah.
want to scapegoat me for their own tangled ends, but they refuse to answer for their own crimes.
This isn't right.
Oh, please.
This isn't the point.
We'll deal with them after we deal with you.
Listen, I know...
Laws apply when we need them to.
Bluebeard,
Calm
please.
down.
What's that supposed to
Police.
mean?
Everyone calm down. This isn't
I
the
mean, a
reason we're
certain
here.
level of privilege should be afforded to
To who?
This is how it's always been.
This is what I'm talking about. We lashed our ropes to this diseased world, and ever since, which one of us has been there for you?
What the hell's
Who
going on?
filled your lives with the promise of more? Who was there
They're
while
just
they
talking.
idly played in their towers, judging you, treating you as mindless children, too stupid to command your own destiny? Without me, who will pay your rent when you're on the verge of eviction? Who will dare challenge their brutality when it leaks to our dear citizens? Who will protect you from the big bad wolf? Who will be the...
Bigby? Miss White!
Narissa, you can take off that ribbon now. It won't work.
Excuse me, dear.
I wanted to make sure I had the chance to say something.
Why don't you take a moment to catch your breath, little
What's
one?
she doing here?
I'd like to... I need to say something.
You can
We're
say it.
kind of in the middle of something.
Bluebeard.
What?
She has something to say.
She has something to say, and we're gonna listen. Go right ahead.
You probably don't remember me. I don't know why I was afraid to come
My
here.
dear, I don't
Just
know
shut up. You enslaved us for years. Let us hear stories about what you do. Told us we would lose everything if we stepped just one toe out of line. And we couldn't say a word about it because of these damn ribbons. But you know what? Now it's my turn to talk.
How are you?
I found Vivian's body. Did you kill her? Did he?
She killed
Sheriff,
herself.
this is highly irregular.
Be quiet.
We need to establish some order here.
She wanted you all free.
Vivian wanted you freed from the ribbons. She took her own life.
I'm sorry, I don't think I know
Narissa! My name is Narissa.
It's okay, my dear. It's going to be just...
He ordered them dead. This fucker. Faith and Lily.
That's a lie.
I was in the goddamn room when he did it. Faith and Lily are dead because of you. The only 2 people who ever gave a damn about me. And now I can finally say, you're an asshole. And I hope you rot at the bottom of the witching well for what you
And
did.
he's gonna pay for it.
Don't worry. He's gonna pay for it.
He made Georgie do it. It was
You're
always
winning
him.
the crowd.
Georgie would have never done anything without his say-so. Ever.
You're going to take the word of a stupid...
At least 5 other girls will back me up on this. We all heard you say it.
Did you now?
Looks like we found our evidence.
She saw it firsthand.
He's guilty.
Ha.
Good enough for me?
Narissa
Me too.
was the winning blow.
So that's it,
Knew it.
right?
Calm down the witching well. No, that's too fucking easy for a crook like that.
What do you mean?
He's gotta pay for what he did.
Listen to yourselves!
You're all rats, fleeing from one sinking ship to the next. So quick to latch onto whatever will keep your miserable lives afloat. This is how you want to repay all I've done for you?
What, you take 2 people's lives away and now you want mercy?
You know we can't let you go free after this.
You're done talking.
Wait!
What?
You're done talking, crooked man. You had your chance.
Well done, then.
Now, for your sentence.
We don't have to become murderers.
What are you talking about?
He's guilty. I know that, but we don't have to kill anybody. We can imprison him. Lock him up forever. Somewhere he can never hurt anyone again.
How can we be sure he won't escape?
I can help. We'll use magic.
That's
I
not
assure
good
you.
enough.
Maybe
There will
she
be
has a
more
point.
if he isn't
Hasn't
stopped.
there been enough
I don't give a
bloodshed
shit.
So we
already?
get rid
It's
of
too
him.
dangerous.
Get him out of here.
We can send him
Everyone,
away.
listen up! Clearly, we're having trouble agreeing on a suitable punishment. So I
And
think
it's just
we...
say,
going
throw him
nowhere.
down.
Someone needs to make a decision.
Who?
I hope you aren't suggesting yourself.
Why not?
What about a vote?
What do you think this is?
Everyone,
making the
calm
call.
down.
Look, I'm making the call.
Why should you...
He is the only officially appointed representative here.
Right. Bigby should decide.
Ah,
That makes
they're
sense
on
to
my
me.
I
side.
guess it does.
Okay.
Fine.
Are you sure? This isn't how
It's what the people want, Miss White.
Okay, Mr. Wolf, it's your call.
She's calling me
Just
Mr. Wolf again.
do what you think is right.
Imprison him forever. That's my answer. Make sure I
Yes,
won't escape.
Sheriff. Do what you think is right.
Teach him a fucking lesson.
No.
He has to
We
die.
can lock him
Just
away.
fucking get rid of him.
Not this way.
No, what? Get off me. No, I'm not gonna do anything.
You all remember this moment. Think of me when you try to sleep.
Finish it, Sheriff.
Please, we can still.
End it already.
Let's just lock him up.
You said you had a way to keep him from hurting people.
Wait, you
After
can't be
what
serious.
he's done, you just gonna put him in prison?
This isn't the way, Sheriff.
You're doing the right thing.
Yes, there's a way.
Not everyone will be happy, but
All right. Do
it
it.
will make sure they're safe. North wind blows. One day later, did I sleep? I'm gonna guess a no. I'm gonna end up going into hibernation after this. Hell, crow.
Not what I was expecting.
Is that him?
Morning, crooked man.
He's got a sharp tongue. I thought it would be better for everyone if he parted with it.
Thanks, Greenleaf.
Let's just call it even.
Hey, Sheriff.
Just saving her
Are you
tree.
gonna come see the truck off? We're leaving for the farm in a few. Thought you might want to. I don't know.
I'll be down
Leaving
in a
for the
minute.
farm.
Okay. Great.
Mother going to the farm.
This fucking line.
It's always as long as ever.
Oh, Mr. Wolf? Flycatcher left his keys.
Mr. Wolf? So distant just now. Can we talk?
Listen, Snow, can we talk? I wanted to...
I'm sorry, Sheriff. I have to take care of this. We'll talk later, okay?
So distant. Sheriff? Mr. Wolf?
Good morning, Miss White.
You're late.
Oh my god, what are they together now? An item?
Someone's gonna see you, Colin.
You're just gonna see a pig. Yeah, whatever. As long as it's confined within the woodlands. Where'd you get that pack anyway? That 6-pack. Yeah, it's clearly evident the episodes are getting shorter, but since it's the final episode, you know, whatever.
I'm going. Jesus.
Going to the farm. Gave them money though.
We only have like 5 minutes.
Hey, carry me for fuck's sake. I don't give a shit. We forgot these.
Oh, thank you. It's been pretty busy around here.
Morning, Sheriff. Nice fucking day. Ugh, shit. Just go grab that, would you?
Tried to help.
Sorry about all this. I tried to help. Just why the hell did she have to send me and me boy away, huh? You promised me I'd get another chance. But Miss White said I had to go up to the damn farm anyway. I told her I had the money, but she didn't want to hear it.
Wait, Sheriff Bigby, I have something.
You know, he was up crying all night, poor kid.
Can you give this to Miss White? please? Dad says there's no time to say goodbye.
Was it a bomb?
If you could bring it to her, she was nice. So...
What is it? Sure.
Yeah, sure.
Whatever.
I couldn't take them all with me, and she said she liked that one the best. It's the
the
willow
collection.
beetle. That's a big one. They're cool,
Insect
because
collection.
when they're little, they have these pouches that squirt juice at you if you touch them.
That's nice.
That's real nice.
She said it was pretty.
We're about ready to head out.
What's it like at the farm? I've heard ogres live there, and they eat people in their sleep sometimes.
God, I hope not.
Do we have to go? I want to stay here.
Well, we don't have a choice anymore.
Alright, I'm sorry, okay?
I'm sorry, TJ.
I did not mean for any of this.
Look on the bright side, okay? There's plenty of space to run around, and a nice river nearby, so you can swim all you want.
Even in daytime?
Yeah.
I have no idea what the farm is like.
Seeing you. It'll be nice. Come on. It won't be so bad.
Have you been there before?
No. Some of the animals aren't comfortable around wolves.
So you wouldn't know, would you?
We're all set.
Can't be
Bye,
worse than
Mr.
this.
Wolf.
Goodbye, TJ.
I mean, there is no
Hey,
way it can be
Bigby.
worse than this.
Where's your friend, Colin? Where's the fucking pig?
Must be missing.
I don't know. He, must have run off.
Bullshit.
You can be suspicious of all you want.
Saying goodbye?
She's not taking the ribbon off. What the? Did nothing just go through her?
Hi.
Hi.
You're still
know-
wearing that thing.
Oh.
Yeah, you don't have to wear it anymore.
Yeah. I guess I am.
She's
It's
just
not
afraid
easy
to take it off.
forget. I know it seems like I should be able to. It's just...
You need to let it go. I'm not gonna do it
You
for
need
her.
to let that go. How are you gonna move on if...
Bigby, I know you're trying to help, but this is just something I need to do on my own.
Give me your space.
Listen,
I'm not removing it myself.
I came here because I have to tell you something.
What is it?
It's about what happened to Faith and Lily. I'm not sure where to start. Faith, Lily, and I, we had this plan. We were gonna find a way out. Leave the pudding and pie for good. But then Faith decided to get some leverage. She stole a picture of Crane and Lily together. The minute Faith stole that photo, we had dirt on one of the Crooked Man's allies. If he found out, I had no choice. You have to understand.
Wait a minute. She read them
You've
out.
seen how they kept us quiet in that place. Can you imagine the lengths they go just to silence someone who had physical evidence? I
What'd you
had
do?
to.
Narissa, what did you do?
I freaked out, okay? I thought if I came clean to Georgie, he'd get the Crooked Man to leave us alone. We could just forget the whole thing. Maybe try again in a few years.
You... what?
So I told him everything. And I begged for mercy for all of us. I didn't want anyone to die over a picture.
You were trying to protect them, I
You
understood.
were just trying to protect them.
Yeah. Georgie promised he'd smooth things over with the Crooked Man. But then... Oh, God.
I've never actually seen her smoke, so touch her arm. That's a weird touch. Just brushed up against it.
I don't know what happened, but that night at the club, Georgie came back and told me things had changed. He had to make an example of us. We had committed treason. And while the two of us were sitting there, as he was telling me this, Faith walked in, and I had to watch while Georgie...
Wait, so Georgie told you all this? Not the Crooked Man? Back at the well, you said...
I know what I said.
But it wasn't the truth, was it?
What
She's
does it
lied about
matter?
the whole thing.
I know the Crooked Man did it. So what if it wasn't the whole truth?
It was true enough.
What's done is done.
I guess what's done is done.
I know he ordered their deaths. I wasn't gonna let him get away with it because of a stupid technicality. Especially after...
That night, after Faith, I tried to warn Lily, but she wasn't
guess
with
I'm
her scheduled
glad
appointment.
that I
So I
let
did
Georgie
the only
suffer.
thing I could do. I left Faith's head at your doorstep.
That was you?
You?
I walked her over here, and I left her, just hoping that maybe if I
piece of
couldn't
fabric.
save them, could at least
From what?
save the rest of us.
So, that piece of fabric I found near there, that was you?
Yeah, I cut my leg trying to get over the fence.
So you started all this?
I just pointed you in the right direction. People like us get forgotten all the time. The Crooked Man was counting on that. When we suffer, we do it in silence, and the world likes it that way. We just fade, like we never existed. I couldn't watch that happen to Faith, or Lily. Nobody cares about us. Not really.
That won't happen anymore.
It's going to be different now, I promise. Things like that won't happen anymore. Not while I'm around.
You'll make things right. You and Snow.
I don't know. Seems like no matter what I do, it's just not enough for her, or anyone. I just can't win with these people.
I know it might feel that way, but they need you, Bigby. Both of you. You two make a good team. The way you look out for each other, and look out for us. You don't see that a lot these days.
No one's ever fucking happy.
I go out there, and I do my job. I put my life on the line. I get shot at. I do what has to be done for them. But at the end of the day, I'm still the bad guy.
I know, but they'll come around. You'll see. After everything you've done for us, maybe they don't want to admit it, but without you, none of this would have happened. You listened when no one else would. You knew when to show mercy, and you brought justice to this town. Finally. Because you brought the Crooked Man in, everyone saw who he really was. So from where I'm standing, you did the right thing. You've been given this job for a reason. And I left Faith at your doorstep because I knew if anyone stood a chance against the Crooked Man,
Yeah, but I've done
it
some
was
good.
you.
I hope I've at least done some good here.
You've changed this place. For better or worse, Fabletown wouldn't be the same without you.
Hopefully for better.
You're not as bad as everyone says you are.
Wait a minute.
I need to tell you something. I have to tell you something.
I feel like we've met before.
You're trying to place me. You like my ribbon? Do you like it?
Faith wore one too.
What hide her
Are they the same?
kingdom?
They used to call me the Little Mermaid.
Dr. Swinehart ever get back to you about Faith?
He said he wanted to run more tests. I hope you
Was
find
that
what
Faith?
you're looking for.
Go after her.
I'll see you around, Wolf.
You and 31.4% of players left Geordie to die. I'm glad I did that because he turned out to be the one that was... Turned out to be the only one that was murdering. There was no Crooked Man orders. He just decided that for himself. Should Crooked Man a trial? But I'm sure he did. Now you punished the Crooked Man. Almost half imprisoned him. And almost everyone. Except DJ's gift for Snow. What? Almost everyone. I'm sure pretty much some of them, they just decide not to get it, just to see what will happen. Oh my god, what bastards. Nice Mr. Marissa. Hope I've done some good here. Ah, majority. Well, there's the game. Oh, what's this? Beauty, you impressed her with your detective skills. I don't care about her. Bluebeard, you fought him after the interrogation? Wasn't it during? Colin, gave him a drink when you asked for an apartment. You helped him to avoid the farm. Too bad I couldn't do that with the Mr. Toad. I gave him the money to get a glamour. Crooked Man, you took him back to the witching well. You imprisoned him. Faith, you gave him money after the fight with the woodsman. Deceased. Or is she? Georgie, you left him to die. You took the money from Georgie's safe. I put it back. Deceased. Gren, you drank with Gren after Lily's funeral. Yeah, Snow, you brought her along with you to the trip shop. You showed her Crane's photograph of her. Tiny Tim, you chose to wait for him. TJ, you accepted his beetle and promised to give it to Snow. Didn't actually do that yet. Toad, you stood up for him when Snow wanted to send him to the farm. You gave him money. That's right. Woody, you chose to arrest him at the Trip Chop bar. Alright. Well, that's the end of The Wolf Among Us. That was the end of episode 5. Did things a little bit different. I would have went to Puddin' and Pie before, getting knocked out in the street, I suppose. And then I would actually have a chance to talk to Vivian, who actually defended him. For God knows what reason. Apparently she really thought that Crooked Man had ordered Georgie to kill them, and that Georgie was a good guy. Maybe she was a culprit as well. Maybe she didn't actually want to free them. It was more for herself, really. Yeah, well, at the end of this, I'll just read out the Book of Fables, I suppose. You can learn more about these characters. Their own stories. So what did you think about the end? Was Nerissa actually Faith? Or was it just Nerissa all along? Who was she? Telltale Pets, huh? They had a lot of pets. Do a graphic novel today. Wait a minute, are there more stories? Continue the story. Obviously, I don't think they made it more games about it. Book of Fables and achievements. Let's look at achievements. Oh, what's this? Welcome to Fabletown? Oh, whatever. Got some locked achievements. What's this? Librarian. Get the Fables. I know I didn't get all of them. But well, shit. What's this? Full Moon, earn every achievement. At least I have Grandmaster Librarian. All these achievements. You could get them for yourself. Look at Book of Fables. Alright. Oh, that's quite a bit. What's this one? Guess from chapter 1, episode 1, episode 2, Miss 2 and episode 2, Miss 2 and episode 3, and you got the rest. Let's see what the first one says. The renowned Big Bad Wolf is known for tormenting pigs and girls in red hoods, but he is trying to put those dark days behind him. Bigby now acts as Fabletown's sheriff and remains in his human form, mostly. However, due to his rough past, the citizens of Fabletown are slow to trust him. Bigby is determined to show that he's truly changed, but some instincts are just too hard to control. Snow White may seem cold, and this stems from her life of mistreatment and abuse back in the homelands. Wait, what? What happened there? After escaping assault and imprisonment, not to mention an attempt on her life, she married Prince Charming. It wasn't long before Snow discovered that Charming cheated on her with her strange sister, Rose Red, and she divorced him. Okay. After the Exodus, Snow focused her attention on setting up a safe haven for fables in the New World. She now serves as assistant to the deputy mayor of Fabletown. Basically, a secretary. Glorified secretary. A fallen hero. The Woodsman is one of the few men who went toe-to-toe with Bigby in his Black Forest days and lived to tell the tale. In an attempt to save Little Red Riding Hood, he split the Great Wolf's belly open with his axe, filled him full of rocks, and threw the beast into a river. To his dismay, his popularity has faded, even his name is forgotten, and he is only known as the Woodsman. That's true. Don't actually know what his name is. Faith, Donkey Skin Girl. Faith, otherwise known as Donkey Skin Girl, made it through the Exodus from the magical homelands with clothes on her back, her husband, and nothing else. She was once a beautiful princess, happily married to Prince Lawrence of a neighboring kingdom. Her life should have had a happy ending, but the mundane city of New York wasn't kind to her or her marriage. With no money, Faith found herself turning tricks to make the rent for a cheap apartment in the outskirts of Fabletown. She had a difficult life, but she did what she could to survive an unfamiliar world. Beauty, caring wife. Beauty and her husband Beast once lived in an enchanting castle, but they were forced to flee the homelands in the Exodus. Why though? Leaving all of their wealth behind, now they live in a modest studio in Fabletown, New York. Though times are hard with Beast working multiple jobs to pay the bills, the couple have the longest lasting relationship of all the fables. Well, at least that's good. Beast, concerned husband. Beast and his wife Beauty left everything behind when they escaped the homelands in the Exodus. Without his former wealth, Beast must pick up extra work to make ends meet. He's able to get around Fabletown without a glamour most of the time, but if Beauty gets too angry with him, he becomes... If Beauty gets too angry with him, he becomes more beastly by the minute, growing horns and large teeth. Despite the occasional bickering, the two are truly in love and have the longest relation. Whatever. Mr. Toad, slumlord. He's a slumlord? Mr. Toad is a superintendent for a defunct tenement on the edge of Fabletown proper. Because he's a 3.5-foot talking amphibian, Toady is required by Fabletown law to keep his family and himself magically glamored to appear human. The problem is Toad isn't too concerned with what the law is and has to be reminded of it. Yeah, he didn't really care. No, he was the owner of that building? Bugger, you should have some money. Just let me go. Colin, couch surfer. Colin is better known as one of the three little pigs. Back in the homelands, they were harassed by the big bad wolf who blew down Colin's house of straw. Well, he made it out of straw. After the Exodus, Colin and the other fables couldn't pass for human, were sent to live at the farm in upstate New York. Unable to stand such a boring life, Colin constantly makes trips down to Fabletown to bother Bigby. He's always caught and sent back to the farm, but he doesn't let that stop him. Okay, the farm is actually in New York. And it's just boring, that's it. Ichabod Crane, Deputy Mayor of Fabletown. Hailing from the haunted town of Sleepy Hollow, Ichabod Crane has been Deputy Mayor of Fabletown for nearly 115 years. Crane is a bundle of nerves and takes his job very seriously. I can imagine. But that doesn't mean he always does it well. As one of the Fabletown's elite, Crane is often blind to the troubles of the less well-off citizens. Overall, Crane is authoritarian, cowardly, and always hiding something. Buffkin, Fabletown librarian. Buffkin is the talking winged monkey from the Land of Oz. Oh, it's from the Wizard of Oz. Now, as Fabletown's librarian, he spends his time reading and stealing the deputy mayor's booze. He's prone to mischief, so when something goes wrong, he assumes he'll receive the lion's share of the blame. He's helpful when he wants to be, but most of the time he'd rather be drinking. Someone would have fired him a long time ago, but he's the only one who can make sense of the filing system. It's like an old computer. You can't just remove it. Yeah. Fabletown. Home of the Fables. Fabletown is a community located on Bullfinch Street in Manhattan's Upper West Side. West Side. To regular people, or Mondays, it appears to be an ordinary New York neighborhood, but it's really the home of fables. From many worlds, and within the business office at the Woodlands lies a massive cavern, a vast library, and hundreds of magical items of immense power. All non-human fables live upstate in the farm, an extension of Fabletown. Now they afford all this. The farm, Fabletown Annex. The farm is home to fables who cannot pass as human. Giant goblins, animals, etc. is located in upstate New York, far enough away from the Mundies to avoid detection. Some of its residents resent their confinement to the farm, despite its size and comforts to them. The farm is a prison. They would be allowed to leave the farm if they could purchase a glamour, but many don't have the money for something so expensive. Though some, like Colin, sneak out to the city anyway. Yeah, basically it's a very good place to be, but they don't want to be there, because it feels like prison. Mundies, non-fables, short for mundane. Mundy is a catch-all term that fables use to refer to the non-magical inhabitants of their adopted home. Warding spells placed around the blocks of Fabletown and the farm keep their minds distracted and dull within certain boundaries. However, if anything should pique the curiosity or scrutiny of a large group of Mundies, these magical protection charms would overload and fail. As Sheriff of Fabletown, one of Bigby's primary functions is ensuring the Fabletown community maintains a low profile. Well, bloody hell, he ran around the streets as a werewolf. So, kind of failed on that part. Yeah, let's just use that. Glamours, disguise spell. Glamours are spells that allow the user to change their appearance. They are expensive, but can be purchased by non-human fables in order to pass for human among the Mundies. Cheap glamours can be found in the seedier parts of Fabletown. They are often unreliable and prone to sudden failure. Oh, don't want that to happen. What, really? Prince Lawrence is just dead guy? Faith's husband. After escaping the Highlands, Prince Lawrence and his wife Faith immediately fell victim to the harsh realities of the mundane world. They moved to New York hoping to find aid in community fellow fables. But without enough money to live in Fabletown, they had to settle on an apartment in the outskirts of the neighborhood. Unfortunately, that meant they was out of sight and out of mind when it came to government assistance. Their prospects dwindling, Faith left Lawrence to try to make it on her own. Now, without his wife to support, Lawrence struggles to motivate himself and quickly sinks into depression. What's that, monetary support? You fucking gold slipper, you? The Tweedles, hired goons. The Tweedle brothers, Dumb and Dee, are thugs for hire. They appear human, allowing them to carry out the contracts in the Mundy world without drawing suspicion. They are as inseparable as they are ruthless. Bunch of bastards, but they are. Holly, Trip Trap owner. Holly isn't no nonsense kind of troll, and the owner of the bar. She's clamored to appear human, but her patrons know her better. Holly takes good care of her regulars, often the downtrodden fables with little to spare, but she has no patience for the Fabletown government that has done nothing to locate her missing sister. Yes, because you didn't know about it, girl. Grendel, Drifter. Grendel just wants to be left alone. In the old days he terrorized Norse mead halls. Lately he can be found occupying a stool in various quiet, dumpy bars around New York. He hates the noise of the city, and must work there to afford his glamour. Despite his gruff bearing, he's fiercely loyal to those who've learned to offer him the space and silence he desires. Talking to him is like watching a time bomb tick down. It's only a matter of time. No, maybe I shouldn't have talked to him back at the bar. But then again, I didn't know he was Grendel. Bluebeard, wealthy scoundrel. Bluebeard managed to escape the homelands with his riches intact. Well, good for you then. Continues to be one of the wealthiest fables in New York. The Fabletown government. What are the riches? Just gold and stuff? Suppose. Fabletown government depends on his generous contributions, and he often uses his influence for his own benefit. As a former serial killer, he claims his days of decapitating his brides are over. Oh my god, what? But even if he was able to leave his violent ways in the homelands, that hasn't stopped him from making the occasional trip down Crooked Lane. Crooked Lane. Decapitates his brides? Never heard of this fable before. I guess Disney couldn't come up with a way to make it family friendly, I suppose. Big B's Mercy. In the days leading up to the Exodus, Big Bad Wolf hunted armies of men and goblins in the Black Forest. These invading forces had driven off the great beast's preferred quarry, and their own flesh was rotten with corruption. Hardly a suitable replacement. He made it his game to destroy their camps, devour their night watchmen, and disrupt their supply trains while sparing their prisoners. One day he broke their ranks and discovered a particular woman they held captive. Her skin was white as snow, but her hair was dark as the night sky. He approached her, and she, knowing no sword could match the giant wolf's power, bravely placed her shackles in the beast's mouth. He freed her, but years would pass before the two met again in the Mundy world. Oh, I freed Snow White? I didn't know she was imprisoned. Guess that's what she fled from. Bluebeard's Mercy, Bluebeard's last wife. After a long line of marriages resulting in mysterious disappearances, quote unquote, Bluebeard's last wife in the homelands was naturally suspicious of him. One day he departed on business, leaving her alone in his estate. He gave her free rein of all the rooms, but made her promise not to open the closet on the ground floor. She defied him, of course, and discovered the location of his missing wives. When Bluebeard returned, he knew he must kill her before she revealed his murderous secret. She persuaded him to allow her a moment to pray, which he reluctantly granted. This small mercy gave her brothers time to arrive and rescue her, and Bluebeard's crimes were exposed. Shouldn't have let her pray. 13th floor. The Witches and Wizards of Fabletown. The 13th floor of the Woodland Building is home to a group of witches and wizards tasked with the protection of Fabletown. They use their powers to keep the community hidden from prying Mundy eyes, where all magic has its limit and every spell has its cost. Oh, it's actually the 13th floor of the building. Meant to sound like something mysterious. The Witching Well. The Witching Well is located in the chamber inside the Woodland Building, but it used to dispose of things never meant to be seen again. Dead fables were committed to its depths, as are most unredeemable criminals. No one is entirely sure what lies at the bottom of the well. nor indeed if it has a bottom at all, but it is widely assumed to be the passageway to the final resting place. I see. So if you throw them down there, that means that they're either dead or they're dying. Jack Horner, harmless trickster. Jack is always up to something, but he's not nearly as smart as he thinks he is. His plan to get rich quick often backfire, but his confidence never wavers. He thinks he's the most important person in Fabletown, but everyone knows him as a mostly harmless smartass. Smartass. Lily, a strange sister. Lily and her sister Holly grew up in the homelands together, but had a falling out shortly after moving to the mundane world. Aimless and increasingly destitute, Lily turned to prostitution, and now she's the second victim in an ongoing murder investigation. Troll Cross, Lily's brooch. Troll Cross is an amulet made of iron and was foolishly thought to protect the wearer from trolls. Lily acquired hers while wandering through the wilderness searching for something to eat. She came across a human, but before she could devour him, he held the troll cross out and shouted, "Back! Back, you troll!" After enjoying her tasty snack. Lily plucked the cross from the dead man's hands. After the exodus, she wore Troll Cross constantly as a reminder of better days. Alright. Georgie Porgy, the pimp. Bastard. Georgie runs the Pudding Empire, a strip club that also caters to the unmentionable desires of Fabletown's citizens. He has tried just about everything there is to try in pursuit of worldly pleasures, but none of it satisfies him for long. He does seem to enjoy pushing people's buttons, takes pride in his nightclub, and doesn't react well to anyone meddling in his affairs. Clever Hans, bouncer, janitor, handyman. Clever Hans does exactly as he's told. However, he often misunderstands his instructions and ends up hurting himself or behaving oddly, as in the case of his noted fable, where he threw sheep's eyes at his wife. Unsurprisingly, she left him. Now Hans works as a bouncer in Georgie's club. I hope to dance on stage one day, but for now he's content sweeping up and making sure the crowd doesn't get out of hand. I see, he's a bit slow. I see. Nerissa, the Little Mermaid. Nerissa's story never had a happy ending. She's known as the Little Mermaid, the young girl who gave up her tail or a pair of legs in the hopes of winning the heart of a handsome prince. When he married a princess instead, Nerissa was left heartbroken. Oh man. She made the journey to the mundane world hoping for a better life. Now she dances at the Pudding Empire, but each step she takes feels like walking on shards of glass. She has very little left. I find some comfort in the company of her fellow dancers. Oh, shouldn't have made that commitment, girl. Troll funeral rites. A long absence. The gaze of Great Mother Death is always upon us. Beneath her affectionate eye we fight our battles. We nurse our wounds. We shout our victories. We endure our sorrows. And when we fall, she is there. Her embrace is the silence of the mountain, the heavy peace of the stone. Approximately translated. A troll funeral is a sacred ritual, passed down by oral traditions from troll mother to son. It begins at sunset with the creation of the cairn, a small pile of stones to represent the many generations of trolls that have travelled and died before them, the foundation upon which the living stand. Weapons are divided amongst the trolls' closest comrades. The body and the rest of their possessions are burned, and though each viewer must speak to the life of the lost, the eulogy's candor would make a Mundy blush. eulogy's candor will make a Monday blush. What? Oh, crap. Oh, this dry up my throat quite a bit. Vivian, Georgie's girl. Much of Vivian's past is unknown. Since she prefers not to talk about her life back in their homeland, she wanted to start fresh in her Fabletown. She finds herself working for Georgie at the Pudding and Pie. It's a terrible life. It's not a terrible life. Georgie took a liking to Vivian, so he doesn't make her take jobs at the open arms. Instead, she plays hostess and helps Georgie ensure complete customer satisfaction. Dr. Swinehart, the army surgeon. Dr. Swinehart is the resident Fabletown physician, so skilled in the art of instrumental surgery that he can safely operate on himself. He served as an army medic for many years, sometimes using his talents to impress the locals. He currently runs the Special Research Section of the Knights of Malta Hospital, so named to discourage people from investigating what is actually a reserved Fables-focused health facility. Oh. Flycatcher, the Frog Prince. Oh, is he the one that Princess kissed and he became a prince? Former prince turned to a frog by a witch. The friendly, genial Flycatcher now carries the nickname as an unsubtle reference to his propensity for catching and eating flies. His wife and their children were brutally murdered back in the homelands. Right. In fact, he attempts to deny himself by committing a series of endless tasks and janitorial duties. But why though? Who did this? Huh. The Trip Trap Bar. The Watering Hole. The oldest bar in New York City. The Trip Trap was established in 1725 in secret by Starcad, the legendary Viking and reprobate, as a place for fables to meet and drink and commiserate. Known then as the Grammarian's Tavern, he eventually lost it in a bit to a tribe of mountain trolls, who quickly renamed it and made it their own. Holly is the current proprietor, having inherited from her mother when she died in a boating accident back in the early 20th century. You mean the Titanic? That must be it. Auntie Greenleaf, the White Deer. Horticulturalist, alchemist, and a lover of animals. Auntie Greenleaf is one of the few rogue witches still living outside of the 13th floor, unsupervised and unrestricted, rumored to have lost her daughter in the homelands. Oh, yes. So she did have a daughter. Yeah, unfortunate. She suffers paranoia and depressive mood swings, and will only venture outside at irregular hours under the guise of an ethereal white deer, an oft-whispered spectre of Brookhaven natives. What happened in the homelands? Glamour tube, the handy disguise. Glamours can be produced in a variety of ways, but one of the most common due to its ease of use is to take a small hollowed out tube or container and place within it several items unique to whomever the caster wants to copy. A witch is required for the reactionary charm. Two downsides of this type of glamour is that totally unique appearances are completely impossible, and the nature of the vessel makes it quite unstable. Okay, Ring of Dispel, the Arthurian band. Reputed to be fashioned by a Byzantine clan in an attempt to ward off a coven of witches, the Ring of Dispel, or Dispelling Ring, or Magic Cancelling Ring, eventually was given to Lancelot by the Lady in the Lake. Oh, the Lady in the Lake. Recovered by the business office after the emigration to New Amsterdam. It was assigned to Greenleaf for caretaking. Bloody Mary, and the urban legend. The true history of the person known as Bloody Mary is almost completely unknown, even to fables most acquainted with its members. Her name, Mary, at least, is not up for contention, nor is her penchant for shocking violence, an innate resistance to magic and spells, and a strange ability to use any reflective surface as a portal, effectively shortcutting space and time. Thought by Mondays to be the wailing apparition of a childless ghost, though any evidence of that is as yet unseen. So even the Fables didn't know who she was. Silver bullets, the legends of great and magical wolves, often make mention of their weakness against weapons made out of silver. Those tales bear out to be true. The silver bullet Mary shot Bigby with was not the first, but any of them could be his last. Any silver left in Bigby's body weakens his system, slows his healing, and can cause long-term damage. Acting Deputy Snow White, with Ichabod Crane firmly out of the picture and King Cole still absent. The task of leading Fabletown falls squarely on Snow's shoulders. She has performed many of the job's duties for a long time, picking up the slack for Crane. Now she's fully in charge of the business office. She has to deal with a new level of politicking she had not previously been exposed to. Now you realize how hard it is. Donkey skin coat. Only the truly beautiful will fully understand the power of a coat that makes its wearer appear ugly. It is the power to be invisible, while still being seen. Unfortunately, its value can also be hard to see, but it is still a magic coat, and to some collectors that is enough. Yeah, I'll buy that. Although it won't really work on me because, you know, they ain't exactly beautiful. Briar Rose, the Sleeping Beauty. One of the few fables to find fortune in this world, Briar Rose has even turned her weakness into a strength. When her finger was pricked, it not only puts her to sleep, but also those within a certain radius of her slumber. This can be a powerful tool, and just one of the ways this Sleeping Beauty is more than just a pretty face. If only she didn't need a kiss from a prince to wake her up. Ah, it's Sleeping Beauty. The Jersey Devil, Garden State Goon. Not all the fables who came to this world landed in Fabletown. There are those who scattered across the furthest corners of the earth. There are those who simply prefer the Garden State to the Empire State. Such is the Jersey Devil. Reports of its appearance have varied, although most accounts make mention of leathery wings, but an encounter with a certain axe of legend some years ago has temporarily rendered that feature absent. A certain axe? You mean the woodsman's axe? Yeah. He was supposed to have wings, wasn't he? Woodsman's axe, inscrolled by druids. Once just a simple tool for felling trees, the axe became much more when it was inscrolled by druids, and marked it with their runes. But it truly became an object of legend when the woodsman used it to slice the big bad wolf from nape to neck, in protection of Little Red Riding Hood. It may carry old world charm, but its simplicity of design and quality workmanship make it an effective tool or weapon, even today. Maybe we should take care of it more. It's getting kinda blunt. Johann the Butcher. His name is often said in the same breath as that of the baker and candlestick maker of Fabletown. Like those other tradesmen, Johann the Butcher's storefront has served Fabletown for ages. Fresh cuts, exotic meats, and even full sides of beef for the vigorous appetites of ogres and trolls. But Johann's business has fallen on hard times and fallen in with the wrong crowd. As the quality of his products declined and his business turned into a front operation for the crooked man, some have started to wonder if they ever really knew Johann. Ugh. Bluebeard's money. One might think that Bluebeard donates funds to the Fabletown government for nefarious purposes, seeking special favors or to have a louder voice in government proceedings. But what he really wants is stability and strength, because as far as Bluebeard is concerned, Fabletown exists to insulate him from the Mundy world. As much as his money can be a sword, it also serves as a shield. Oh, how many are there? The Crooked Lair headquarters, occupying a desanctified church. It's just one of many locations the Crooked Man's operation uses to run the Fabletown underworld. Its lounge atmosphere makes for a comfortable meeting place unless you are an unwelcome guest. It is completely boarded up to the outside world. The only way in is through one of the many portals marked by a door with the Crooked Man's Catherine wheel icon scattered throughout the city and elsewhere. I see. The Crooked Man, Crime Lord. The Crooked Man has slowly built himself into one of the most powerful figures in Fabletown. His operation started with a crooked sixpence and a crooked house. Two things he cared about more than his wife or children, whom he killed rather than let them stand in his way. Oh. In his rise, the Crooked Man has ensnared many fables in his criminal web, providing them with what they need, but always at a high cost. He is cunning, persuasive, and ruthless. Glad we locked him up. Won't cause any more trouble. Tiny Tim, Sentry. While most fables theorize that their longevity and overall well-being is improved by the Mundy world's knowledge of them, for a select few, that does not seem to apply. When a malady or injury is an integral part of the fable's history or story, that notoriety can make recovery nearly impossible. That's what Tiny Tim thinks, at least. And no medical care or magic, rather none that he can afford, can heal his leg. Doesn't tell me who he is. Life on the farm. With its idyllic location and managed community, the farm would seem to be a welcome alternative to eking out an existence in Fabletown. Those who have lived there see it very differently. They see it for what it is, a prison, a place where they are free to be who you are and do whatever you please, except leave. Doesn't help that while fables who appear human do not have to worry about being sent to the farm, they always seem to fill the leadership roles there. I see. Doesn't sound like a bad place at all. But if you can't leave. Vivian's story, the girl with the ribbon. Vivian was the very first to bear the curse of the purple ribbon. Removing the ribbon will result in death. Any attempt to talk about it was thwarted by the spell upon it. As time went on, she tried to live a normal life. Eventually, she married a nice man, but he was constantly worrying about the ribbon around her neck, despite her pleas from him to leave it alone. One night, while she was sleeping, he attempted to remove it. As he pulled on the edge of the string, Vivian woke and saw what her husband was doing. In a panic, she pulled away, preventing the ribbon's knot from being undone. Furious, she tried to express the severity of his actions, but her husband was unable to understand. She realized that she couldn't trust him and decided to leave. She lived alone for the rest of her days in the homelands, preferring the safety of isolation to the risk of another betrayal. Well, that's tough living with a curse like that. Ooh. Heard she died in homelands. Puddin' Empire, Vivian and Georgie's place. Vivian and Georgie met during the exodus from the homelands, and they helped each other survive a long journey to the mundane world. Upon their arrival, however, they found it hard to make a decent living with what little money they had. They opened the Pudding and Pie, operating a strip club. Operating a strip club may not have been the most desirable occupation, but they figured it was better to be in charge of a place like this than be forced through desperation to work at one. Winter Wolf, Bigby's mother. Bigby's mother, Winter, fell in love with the North Wind, and bore him 7 wolf cubs. Oh, that's what Bloody Mary said. But he quickly grew tired of her and left Winter. Heartbroken and alone, she tried to care for her cubs despite her grief. She was especially fond of Bigby, but as the runt of the litter, he was often teased by his older brothers. After Winter's death, Bigby's siblings went in search of their father. Now Bigby stayed behind to protect his mother's corpse from scavengers. Unfortunately, he was too small to defend her from. Then on, he vowed to eat something bigger each day until he was large enough to confront his father and finally make him pay for the pain he caused his family. Oh shit. Big Bad Wolf. Bigby's true form. Bigby's true form is that of a giant 8-foot tall wolf. In addition to his iconic huff and puff power, he has also inherited other abilities from his father, the North Wind. For example, Bigby is able to hold his breath for an abnormally long amount of time, making it impossible for him to drown. Holding your breath. Mary's loyalty. Part of the job. You know, she's so loyal. Bloody Mary began working for the Crooked Man many centuries ago. He promised her freedom to do as she pleased, as long as she agreed to act as his personal bodyguard and hitman. Because of the Crooked Man's power and influence, Mary never had to worry about getting caught by the authorities. She enjoys her job immensely and would defend the Crooked Man to the death, mostly because she finds it fun. Right, she's just doing it for fun. In the end, she got herself killed by me. Fabletown Justice. When a criminal is captured in Fabletown, the traditional procedure is to hold a formal hearing in front of the community or concerned parties. However, exceptions are often made to expedite the process. In reality, there aren't any hard and fast rules for these types of situations. The extent to which policies are upheld can depend on who is being charged. Right, we're getting to the end. A new order. With Crane out of the picture, Mayor Cole has officially appointed Snow White as Director of Operations and Deputy Mayor in his absence. Many would say this promotion is a long time coming, since she was instrumental in the establishment of Fabletown and personally ensured that many Fables made it to the New World safely. She's also been doing the work of Deputy Mayor unofficially for years. Sheriff Bigby. Oh, the end. After fleeing the homelands, Bigby's wolf spent many years wandering through Europe, with a Fable colony quickly developing in the New World. Snow White and Feathertop tracked down the wolf and offered him passage to Fabletown. He agreed, and Snow cut him with a lycanthropy-stained knife to give him the power to change into human form at will. Oh, really? Bigby became sheriff of Fabletown under King Cole's administration, but because of his violent past, many Fables didn't trust him, and he was banned from ever setting foot on the farm. To this day, he struggles to redeem himself in the eyes of the community. Well, there we go. Oh my god, I'm out of breath. Almost out of everything. Well, that is The Wolf Among Us in its entirety. It got a bit long because I decided to read stuff. Unfortunately, I don't have all of it, but it's as good as it'll get from me. At least I'm not gonna play the game again and get the rest. You know what? You can do it, or you could read up on our wiki. Yeah, do what you please. But this is it from me. This is it. This is the end of the series. So see you in the next video. The next series I make is probably gonna be another Telltale game. So stay tuned, and we'll see what comes next. Peace.